Hi, it's Heather, and welcome to today's middle split stretch. We are focusing lots of attention on opening the hips today. So, if you need any props like 2 blocks and a strap, then go ahead and grab them beforehand. And if you don't have any props, that's totally okay, not needed. And before we dive into our practice, please take a moment to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps to support free yoga here on YouTube. Plus, you'll receive new free yoga classes here each week. And when you're ready, I'll meet you lying on your back on the mat. Let's begin today's practice lying on our backs. So if you're not there already, gently roll onto your back. Take the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. Starting out today in goddess pose. Find a position in which you can be comfortable and relax. And you could take the palms to either side of you. Letting yourself find comfort in each of these postures today. We're going to sort of start our practice a little bit backwards today. Sometimes I like to do that. But use this time to bring your focus to your breath and bring your focus inward. Wherever you're at, gently, you can use your hands to bring your legs together, knees together, and then bring them into your chest. Give them a little hug, and then use your left hand to guide both knees to the left side for reclined twist. Right hand can come palm face up, and you can take the gaze either up towards the ceiling or the sky, or to your right hand. Bring the knees back into the chest, back to center. One more hug, and then use your right hand to guide them to the right side. Left hand comes palm face up, taking the gaze either up or towards that left hand. Bring both knees back into the chest. And then lift up the feet, flex through the feet, and see if you can grab a hold of the outer edge of both of them. And then take the knees out wide to the outside of your armpits. Find a gentle resistance here as your feet press into your hands pressing down into your feet. Take both knees together. Plant the soles of the feet on the floor in front of you. And you can actually separate the feet here. So feet maybe hips distance. Draw them into your hips. Place both Man, I cannot talk. Place both hands on either side of you and then lift up the hips. Try to find some nice space in the neck here. So not digging your chin into your chest. Drop the hips down. Roll one to one side. Press yourself up to seated first. And then I will meet you in a tabletop position. Taking your shoulders directly over your wrists, hips directly over your knees. Inhale, drop the belly. Open up through the chest. Exhale, bring that chin in, back of the neck long. Inhale, dropping the belly. And exhale, rounding. One more in your time. Connecting your breath with these movements. And then come to a neutral. Go ahead and take both knees together first, and then use your hands to press yourself up. Lift up the hips. Take your right foot and send it out to the side of you. So I'm actually going to turn so that you can see what I'm doing, but stay where you're at. And take your leg out to the side, flex through the foot. Take your right hand to your leg, but don't be leaning on your leg with all your weight. Really use your core. Inhale, sweep your left fingertips up overhead. And then come back up. You can take your hands to your hips here. Set your sole on the ground, so bending through the right knee. And what we're going to do is basically lean into this kind of side lunge here. And then come back up, flex the foot, lean, and come back up. That's 2. Lean into it, nice and deep. Don't forget to breathe. Come back up, 3, 2 more. Make sure that you're not bouncing into this too. Highly don't suggest that. Come back up. 1 more. And come back up. Great, bring the leg in. Let's just take it straight to the other side. So take your left leg out to the side of you. Flex through that foot, straighten the leg. Left hand comes to your leg. Inhale, right hand sweeps up. And you can look up, maybe open the chest a little bit. And then come back to your neutral, hands to hips, sole to the floor, lean into that lunge. Come back up. You can even lift the toes when you're doing these. Lean. Come back up. Lean into it. Up and 2 more. Last one. Lean into it. Really breathe in deeply. If you can't breathe in a pose, please gently back out of it. And come back up. Take your knees or hands to the ground maybe to adjust. Take the knees out wide to either side of you. Ankles are going to come in line with the knees. Flex through both feet. And set the forearms down for a little froggy pose. This is a really deep stretch, so please adjust however you need to. If you need to, or you like to rest your head maybe on a block here, or even put a block underneath the chest, sometimes that's nice. So really make the practice work for you. Because we will be here for a moment. Try to unclench the jaw and relax through the face. Use your hands to slowly press yourself up and come back into a child's pose with the knees together and legs together. Hands walk out in front of you, rest the forehead on the mat. Gently press yourself up to a tabletop and then curl those back toes under. Lift up the knees and the hips for downward facing dog. Really press the chest towards the thighs. Bring both toes to touch. Inhale, big deep inhale, and then sigh it out. Inhale, lift up the right foot. And then exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest, shift forward, flex through the front foot, step it right in between the hands, pivot on the back foot so that you're lining up, front heel to back arch alignment, rise up for warrior two. Hands in line with the shoulders, relax the shoulders, look forward, very strong. And then rest the front arm on the thigh. Inhale, sweep these left fingertips up overhead. And you can even look up. Come back, straighten through the front leg, reverse triangle. Right fingertips up overhead. And then come forward into a triangle pose, stacking the shoulders, stacking the arms. If you need to heel toe the back foot in a little, we're shifting the front hip back. And even if you want to place your hand on your hip here, we're going to be here for a moment. So feel free to do so. But use your core to lift up your torso here. Don't get too lazy in falling down. This is also a great spot for a block to bring the ground to you in these positions. And slowly lift back up. Reverse your triangle one more time. And then come up to a neutral. Legs stay where they are, hands to hips. We're going to do what we kind of did earlier, leaning in to bend the front knee and then coming back up. But you don't need to lift the toes, just staying in that triangle position. So from a warrior two, pretty much, to a triangle pose. Let's do 3 more. Bend into the knee and straightening. Bending. And see, we're gaining strength while we're gaining flexibility. You can keep moving with me because it's very important to keep that balance. That way it prevents injuries. And wherever we were at, let's do 1 more together. Bend into the knee and then straighten the leg. Great job. Turn those toes in so that they're both parallel, and then bring the heels in. So now your toes are pointing outwards a little bit. Squat down, bring the hips down, hands can come to your knees or thighs. And then drop the right shoulder into the midline. Press the knees out wide. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, left shoulder into the center. And come back up. 1 more time on each side. Bring the right shoulder in to the midline. Inhale, back up. And exhale, left shoulder in. Come back up. Bring the hips up. Should feel nice. And then take both feet parallel to the mat again. Both hands come up first. Inhale. And then fold it all the way down. Take a moment here to rest in your fold. Relaxing the head, the shoulders, the back. And then maybe press yourself up halfway. Use your hands to walk you over to the right side as you bend into the right knee for side lunge. And if you want to take the deeper variation into Skandasana, feel free to do so wherever you're at. So feel free or welcome to stay here. But if you want to take it deeper, go ahead. And then slowly walk your hands to the left side. Let's switch. First coming to bend the left knee, finding your side lunge, and then taking it deeper, if that suits you, into Skandasana. Walk both hands back to the center. Inhale to halfway if you're not here. Exhale to bring the torso all the way up to standing. Take your left toes, point them towards the back of the mat. Bend into this left knee. Warrior two. Both palms out to the side, in line with the shoulders. And then drop the left forearm to your knee or your thigh, and then bring the right fingertips up overhead. You can slightly look up. Come to straighten the front leg, reverse triangle, lifting left fingertips up overhead. And then shift forward all the way into your triangle pose. Shoulders stack, right hand comes up to the sky, adjusting that back foot if you need to, shifting the front hip back, finding a nice stretch in this left leg, and then bringing the top hand to your hips if you need to, because we will be here for a moment. Again, please do use props if you need that today. Slowly lift up, reverse your triangle one more time, and then come up to a neutral. Hands on hips, bend into the left knee. And then come back up. Go for 5 in your own time. Wherever you're at, let's do one more together. bending through the knee and straightening through the leg. Turn those left toes in so that they're both parallel to the side of the mat again, and then just hop or step to the center of your mat. I feel like that was the sloppiest hop. I'm sorry. Take both feet shoulder width apart or hips width apart. Inhale, both hands come up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. And if you'd like to, grab a hold of your big toes here with your index and middle finger. You can do that and gently pull yourself down. If not, feel free to hang out in the fold. You can grab opposite elbows. Come to a halfway lift, inhale, and then bend through both knees, sit down on the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together, come to touch. Your thumbs are going to go to the inside of the soles, almost as if you're opening up a book. Bring the elbows out wide, inhale, nice long spine first, and then exhale, fold. Gently come up. Take your right leg, straighten it out to the side. Left sole is going to come to the inside of the right thigh. Turn your torso to face your right foot. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, fold it forward. No need to touch your toes or grab your foot. Wherever your hands are or your torso is great, perfect. But if you are working towards bringing your torso down more, you can always loop a strap around your foot and maybe gently pull yourself forward. And let yourself relax into these positions. You can even close the eyes. Use your hands to press yourself back up. Let's switch to the other side. Straightening through the left leg, flexing the foot, pointing those toes up towards the ceiling. Right sole comes to the inside of the left leg. Inhale, both hands up. Just to lengthen the spine, really get big deep inhales first, and then exhale, folding towards that left foot. Use your hands to press you up to seated again. Now let's take both legs out wide into your wide-legged fold. You can adjust however needed. If you always need to prop your hips up on the edge of a blanket, you can do that as well if you find your lower back rounding. But let's flex both feet. Inhale, long spine again, and exhale, fold the torso down. You can come on the forearms, or when you're ready, bringing both hands out in front of you. Just make sure that your toes don't start to turn inwards. You really want to keep them pointed up towards the ceiling. With every inhale, maybe find a little length. And every exhale, folding maybe a little bit deeper. You can always bring a block underneath the forehead here as well, or I like to sometimes make fists and rest my forehead on top of them. Start to press yourself up. I'll tell you guys a secret too. Sometimes I like to bring my yoga wheel because it has a nice padding to it, or a nice thickness. I'll roll it up here, and sometimes I'll just rest my forehead in it, not even dropping down that low. So if you're practicing this on the regular, that's something else that maybe will help you find a little bit more comfort and ease. Take both legs in. Feels so nice. And then bring the right sole underneath the left knee or leg to come to the outside of the left hip and cross the right foot over. Inhale, lift up the right arm and hook that right elbow to left knee. Left fingertips come behind you and you can look back for a little twist. Gently unhook, uncross. Let's just switch. So bringing your left sole to the outside of your right hip. Right leg crosses over. Inhale, left fingertips to the sky. Hook that elbow to knee and look back. Gently unhook, uncross. Come to scoot to the middle of your mat and lie down onto your back. Back where we started, almost. Bring the right knee into the chest, flex through that foot. See if you can grab a hold of your big toe with your index and middle finger. If not, that's okay. Maybe you can loop a strap around. You can straighten through this left leg. Right hand can stay on this left hip, or left hand can stay on this left hip, just to kind of keep it stable, and bring your knee to the outside of your armpit, almost like a half happy baby. And relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Sometimes when I'm feeling tight, I tend to clench up the jaw. So just bringing awareness to every area of the body and how it's reacting to any new stretches or form of exercise. You can begin to deepen your breath here. And then see if you can straighten through this leg, through the right leg. So it's out in space to the right side of you. Bend through that right knee. Bring it to the center first. Give it a squeeze. And then use your left hand to guide it to the left side. Right hand can come palm face up, either side of you. Slowly uncross, lay the right leg flat on the ground, and bring the left knee into the chest. Flex through that foot. See if you can grab a hold of your big toe with your index and middle finger, and then take the knee out wide to the outside of your armpit. And then if you want to straighten through this left leg, do so that you're bringing your leg out to the left in space. But really keep this right hip anchored down. And I like to put my right hand on my right hip just to make sure that it stays there, that I'm not overdoing it. And then bring this knee in. Left knee to chest, slow movements. Give it a little squeeze. Use your right hand to guide it to the right side. Left hand comes palm face up to the left side of you. Taking the gaze up or towards the left side. Come back to center, untwist, and then take one leg out to the corner of your mat and the other to the other corner. Gonna leave you here in Shavasana. I hope that you enjoyed this middle split stretch flow, and I wish you the best in all of your yoga goals, splits goals, life goals. Have a beautiful day, and thank you so much. I'll see you soon. Namaste.